All right, that was Wharf Talk by Tyler the Creator featuring ASAP Rocky and Torture Me by 100 Gex. Two songs that are very stylistically different, and I think that's something so unique about music is how and that's something I also appreciate about the music that I love because like I've stated before, I love all varieties of music, and I love how whenever I'm looking through my playlist for songs I want to play for each episode next week, I try to make each song stylistically different from one another. So let's say I want to go from one Japanese ambient song to something that's so bombastic and this swallow sound, and that's the one thing I really appreciate, how I could be playing that most beautiful song on my playlist or something just that's so just there, like it's its own identity and entity, and that's what I love about it. But yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm your host, U4ric, and you're listening to U4ric's Paradise. We're on week 6 already. It feels like I've just been getting started. I'm still adjusting to everything. But I feel like today's episode is a very special one. But before I get into anything, I just want to state that today is a very beautiful day, but it is also very hot. Today here in Brownsville, we have highs of 92 degrees Fahrenheit, and if you use Celsius, it is 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I'm just really ready for this heat to go away, man. I am tired of it. It's already October. I don't want it to be summer weather anymore. I just want it to be freezing rain, and I'm able to wear my sweaters and my sweatpants and just be able to relax, go in my room, in my nice warm, chilled room, drink some coffee or some hot water or whatever, or some tea, man. I just need that weather to be able to relax. It gets me all moody and bluesy, and that's what I want. But yeah, let's talk about today's theme for this episode. It's gonna be a travel playlist, and this is my travel playlist specifically. I wouldn't say it's your guys's, but I have my reasons for it. But yeah, so I mentioned this because tomorrow in a couple hours I'm gonna be leaving to San Antonio on a trip with my girlfriend. um, and I'm going. Sorry, I was trying to find the right words right there. But yeah, I'm going to San Antonio to see a favorite artist I've been listening to for 3 years, and I've played him on the show if you've been listening all this time. His name is George Clanton, and he has support from two other artists who, although I'm not deep into their discographies from what I've listened to them, I also really enjoy. So I'm hoping to learn more from them when I see them. Um, they are Death Dynamic Shroud and Frost Children, and I'm going to be playing them at the very end of the episode. But right now, I just want to talk about the first two songs I'm going to listen to in the car while I'm driving up to San Antonio, and I already think of the songs for that. I mentioned earlier today mentioned earlier when I was mentioning the weather, how beautiful the sky is today, and I think this is perfectly fitting. I'm gonna start off by playing "Look at the Sky" by Porter Robinson, a song that is very happy and euphoric feeling and airy and not disco-y, but it's just so vivid and bright and colorful. And whenever I just listen to the song, I think flowers on the ground, and it's very tall grass reaching above your feet, and then it's such a fun song to listen to. I know I need to play more of Porter Robinson other than just Nurture, but I really love that album, and it's one of my favorites, and I will forever appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to first be playing "Look at the Sky" by Porter Robinson, a song that is very fun to listen to while in the car and just screaming the lyrics out to it. And then the next song is meant to mellow you out, in case you just need something to relax and warm your anxiety. I'm going to be playing "Here on My Own" by U4ric. Two songs that are very different, but trust me, they can coincide to one another because they are very great, especially "Here on My Own" by U4ric. That song is so mellow and chill, and I love that song. But yeah, let's get started. All right, that was "Look at the Sky" by Porter Robinson and "Here on My Own" by U4ric. Two songs that really, keep me at ease and help me with travel anxiety and instantly put me in a good mood. But yeah, let's switch gears to two different songs. These two songs are meant to hype you up in a way. Whenever I hear these songs, I just feel all dancey and groovy. And usually, when I listen to stuff in the car, I do like to scream out lyrics and dance and stuff like that. But also, there's times where I do need to calm down because obviously I'm driving and I want to accidentally drive into people. All right, guys, keep your eyes on the road. But these next two songs are very, like I said, different from one another. You wouldn't even expect what the next song could be after I mentioned the first one. The first song I'm going to be playing is Baby Again by Fred Again, Skrillex, and Fortet. About these guys are actually on a roll for the past like couple of months already. I think it's around the last year where I found out who Fred Again was, and it was because he was on the lineup for Porter Robinson's music festival, Second Sky. And although he may have dropped out because it's set to drop his new album, which is Actual Life 3, I remember listening to that. I was like, wow, this guy is really good. And I've been listening to Fred Again since. I really love Delilah, Danielle, a bunch of songs from Fred Again, mostly the common ones like Maria, but there's also this one that's called Berwin and Cami Like I Do. Very, very amazing songs. And they're all fun, dancing, all that stuff. Fred Again is a house artist. And then Skrillex, recently dropping his first two albums at the start of the year and collabing with Fred Again on the most recent album too. And then the whole Coachella set. And then this song dropping too. It's probably one of my favorite songs of the year. Anytime I hear this song, I'm just so like amazed and tripped out. I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm just in a club, just like, they're chilling. Like I'm like zoned out. And just I see like flashing colors and lights, and that's how I feel. I get all groovy. But this next song, it's so funny whenever I just think about how like it's just gonna transition from this to this. This next one is Super Shy by New Jeans. I started recently listening to New Jeans, and I love them just because how they mix like a ton of electronic elements into their music. How it's like a mix of like garage and like drum and bass and all that stuff, and I think it's really fun. I think the song's like a perfect like mix of like that garage electronical element to their song with mixing with pop too. I think that's very unique. But yeah, let's start off with Baby Again first by Fred Again, Skrillex, and Fortet, and we're gonna switch into New Jeans and Supergiant. And yeah, this is a very half point at the show, so after that I'm gonna get back to you guys with other two songs, and those are gonna be the last four songs of the day. All right, let's get started. All right, what a nice variety between both of those songs. Yeah, so that was Baby Again by Fred Again, Skrillex, and Fortet, and it switched into Super Shy by New Jeans, a K-pop girl group who recently just started out, and they're honestly doing amazing right now. And they're making great music, and I hope they continue to release good music. But yeah, we're in the final quarter of the show already. Can't believe, honestly, whenever I do the show, I never realize how like fast like time flies, because usually I like do the episode, and obviously I have a clock near me to keep track of like where I'm at. But it feels so weird knowing that like as soon as I play this music, like time just flies by, and like as soon as like the episode's done, and I don't know, I'm one of those people who like reflect a lot, and whenever I think about like time, it makes me realize how much I hate the idea of time. And I know that's not something we can fix or change or anything like that. It's just more so like I want to do more time doing something like this. I want to be able to like do more things in my day rather than have to worry about like time being a deadline, But yeah, I just wanted to talk about a little bit more about my trips to San Antonio. So tomorrow, I'm going to be driving in from Brownsville all the way to San Antonio, and as soon as I get there, I'm going to check into my Airbnb and everything. But then tomorrow I'm actually going to be going to my first ever wrestling event in years, and I mean like it's been since like 2016. And I'm going to be going to Friday Night SmackDown, and I'm very excited for that. And I want to be playing a song in support and like show how much I love for that. I'm going to be playing a song by John Cena himself, the legend himself, my hero, who I grew up watching, and I will always love him for that. He dropped an album back in 2005. It's called You Can't See Me. This is where the whole You Can't See Me thing started from. But honestly, I'm gonna be real, the album is not really that good. I don't really listen to it other than, his theme song, the one that you all know, the do 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 do, yeah, like that one. But then I remember when I was little and I was like watching videos on John Cena and on that old YouTube iOS app, there was this music video that he had for a song called Right Now. And I remember listening to it when I was little. I'm like, wow, this song is really, really cool. And then, it became a distant memory and I forgot about it. And then recently, earlier in the year, I was just listening to some old music. And I was like, hey, didn't John Cena drop a rap album back then? I re-listened to it and I obviously remembered that I didn't like it. But then I listened to Right Now and it just hit me with like a wave of nostalgia, and I forgot how amazing this song is. Like you have to hear it for yourself. It mixes like that whole 2000s like hip hop vibe where it's just very melodramatic, like not melodramatic, but it's like a smooth beat, and he's got like these nice vocals to it, and it's just it's such an it makes you feel at ease. Like as soon as you hear it in that nice like piano sample and everything, it's just such a gorgeous song to listen to. Like me talking about it doesn't even do it justice. But yeah, after that, it's gonna be transitioning into a whole different other song. I'm gonna be playing this next song, "Judgment Bolt" by Dynamic Shroud. This song is a much darker tone compared to what right now is gonna be. It is very dark, esoteric, and it has like that whole vaporwave thing going on. These guys are actually gonna be opening up for George, as I stated earlier. I'm very excited to see these guys. I've been listening to some of their music for quite a while already. Since last year, I haven't listened to completely everything, but I love some of their songs, and this song being one of them. And I really hope they do play it this Sunday when I go see them. How would I describe this? But yeah, very excited to see Dynamic Shroud. But yeah, let's get started. We're gonna be playing right now from John Cena and his cousin, the Trademark, who's also features on that song off his 2005 album You Can't See Me. And I'm gonna be playing after that. It's gonna transition into Judgment Bolt by Dynamic Shroud from their most recent album, Dark Life. Let's get started. All right, that was Right Now by John Cena and Trademark, and this was also Judgment Bolt by Dynamic Shroud. Like I said, I love to play a song that's very different from the other one, so that John Cena track was like very mellow and easy to listen to, and this Dynamic Shroud song was just so dark and gritty, and such a like a large wall of sound just like in your ears. And I don't know, that's what I love about music, how like everything is so different from one another, and you're not limited or bound to just listen to one certain thing. Like it's good to explore out there, and that's what the feeling I've always tried to encapsulate with this show is just hope, like finding new music sounds refreshing to you guys, and it like means something, because I don't know, I think that's just something so unique and awesome about music, how you're not limited, or you shouldn't limit yourself to just listening to one thing, because over time it will get like bearing and jarring just to hear the same thing over and over again. And I know, because I was the same way at one point. There was a certain point in my life where I was just like, I'm gonna just strictly listen to electronic music, and I regret that, because I was pushing myself away from listening to a ton of music. And now that I'm here, I've been listening to so much amazing albums and so much amazing music, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, we're on the last two songs of today. So this next song is gonna be "Lethal" by Frost Children. I haven't really listened to these guys as much as I should, because I've been hearing they're actually really good. As far as I know, they got a new album dropping in November 17th. I don't know the name of the album, if I'm being honest with you. Kind of forgot already off the top of my head. But I actually did listen to this new song that's gonna be on their album that they're dropping soon. It's called "Lethal." It's a very indie rock, soft rock type song, and the vocals are very pretty. I love the guitars on the song. They're like, they just sound really, really nice. And then there's this whole like guitar solo at the very end, like in the middle part of the track, and I think that also sounds just very atmospheric, and it's also like a wall of sound that I really love. And I hope they do play. I mean, I'm for sure they're gonna be playing that song at the show. Hopefully, I'm gonna be singing the lyrics to that song, because honestly, I've been hearing this on repeat for the past couple of weeks, and I really love it so much. I think I should listen more to these guys, because since they got a new album dropping, actually, as a matter of fact, they did drop a new song yesterday too, called "Stare at the Sun," which I need to listen to as soon as I get out of this room. Hopefully I play it next week, because I like this song, and I hope I like their new read. But yeah, and then the final song we're gonna be hearing today is one of the most important ones that I've been waiting to play. It's George Clanton. Unsurprisingly, he's the reason why I'm doing this episode, because I'm going to this trip to specifically see this guy. Yeah, I've been listening to George for 3 years. If you've already been listening, I'm sorry if it's going to get repetitive. I'm going to mention it again. I've been listening to him since COVID, and I've been seeing artists time and time and then, but I haven't had the chance to see George, and I love this guy's music. I've been listening to him for a while already, and I love the vaporwave aesthetics and the shoegaze and like how alternative it is, and like each song is just so amazing to listen to. Like each one is stylistically different, because he could go from like a drum and bass song, and like he could go from this electro pop song to this just breakbeat type song, and that's what I love about George. He's so materialistic and experimental, and I can't wait to see him. This song I'm actually be playing is from his first record, under his George Clanton name. He's actually had several aliases before he started dropping music under his actual official name, George Clanton. So he used to be Mere Kisses, and then he used to be E-Spirit, and he still does E-Spirit to this day. Mere Kisses not anymore. That's like a done with project that started at the very start of his career. But this first debut project from under his actual name, George Clanton, is also the story of his record label, 100% Electronica, and the album is called 100% Electronica. And it doesn't sound all. I love this album, but I don't love it as much as compared to the rest of the stuff he's dropped, from Slide to his most recent album, Rap by Ya. But I remember when I first heard this song in particular called Bleed off 100% Electronica, I remember just instantaneously falling in love, and ever since then I knew this guy is going to be one of my favorite artists to come. Anything he drops, I am just automatically going to love for sure, and this song proves that. But yeah, let's get started with Lethal first by Frost Children, and then we're going to switch gears into George Clanton, Bleed. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit to say goodbye. So yeah, let's get started. All right, that was Lethal by Frost Children and Bleed by George Clanton, two artists I'm very excited to see this Sunday. Although that song Bleed is probably more than likely not on the set list, I'm just very excited to see him to begin with. I love George Clanton so much, and I am very excited for this weekend, and I hope you guys also have a great weekend. But yeah, that was week 6 of U4ric's Paradise. You guys can listen here next time every Thursdays at 1 p.m. I'm your host, DJ U4ric, signing out. Thank you guys for listening.